We are live. My apologies for being a little late. All right. If you guys can hear me and see me, please type in the chat box. Hey, Rick. All right. Yes. Thank you. If you guys can hear me and see me, please type in the chat. Let me know we're here. You're here. All right. Good, good, good. All right. I got a bunch of cool things to share with you. I got to plug in my iPad here. So hold on one second. Gotta get my pen, Apple pen. All right, got to make sure you guys can see that. Boom. Yeah, baby. Okay, okay. I think we're good. All right. So I just have to now. Man, what a crazy morning it's been. My apologies again. I've been was having computer problems. My computer was running so slow, the mouse was kind of skipping. And I just restarted everything and it's fine now. It's working great. So you guys are still here, right? Regina, Cindy, good morning from Delaware. Larry, hey, Houston, we have a problem. Kevin. All right. Excellent. Glad you guys are here. Okay. I'm seeing the posts. Hey, where is everybody? Where are we? So my apologies again. All right, good. I got so many cool things to share with you guys. It's going to be a fun class. I do want to do one. I have to do one thing here, and I've got to get these. I'm going to give you guys two worksheets. And I want you to have these worksheets here. Ah, good. I found them. That's not going to help. I just had these. This is embarrassing. I remember. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Sorry. Oh, I lost it. No, here it is. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. All right. So those of you that have the mind map, oh my gosh, it's crazy. What's going on, Joe? I found them. I'm going to be showing you guys two worksheets here. Oh, thank you, Lord. And I just came up with this idea this morning. I was thinking about you guys. I'm like, how can I help you guys? And so this is the evaluation worksheet. Copy link. Those of you that have the mind map, now you're going to also have these two sheets that I'm going to be using today, and then we'll hit the record button here. All right. I got it. And the evaluation worksheet, boom. And then the offer worksheet. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yes. Okay. Got it. All right. I'm going to share my screen with you, and then we'll hit the record button and we will start. All right, guys, welcome. Woo, what a morning. Glad you guys are here. This is the Lease Option Masterclass 5-day blueprint. And I just had a huge change of plans this morning because I was thinking about how to simplify this whole process with teaching you how to make offers. And I have these fancy tools and this software, and I can, spreadsheets, and I can demonstrate all this, but sometimes it's easy for me to complicate it. And I don't want to complicate this thing any more than it needs to be. So what I'm going to do is actually simplify everything for you. Is that helpful? Is that nice? And I'm actually going to show you, we're going to evaluate a deal. I'm going to just pull something up, or maybe one of you guys can give me an address of a property. Let's pull it up on Zillow. We'll look at it. And I'm going to show you how to evaluate lease option deals with a pen and paper. So it's nothing complicated, no spreadsheets required, no software calculators. Well, you might need a calculator, but real simple step by step that anybody can do, right? So I'm going to be bringing this down to the lowest common denominator in a certain sense, not in a bad way, but like going to simplify this thing. And I'm excited to share this with you. And this just kind of came to me this morning. And so I've been running around with a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get this stuff to work. And so now it is. Glad you guys are here. Now, if you guys are here, yes, I'm recording. This video will be in the Facebook group till the end of this week. Start next Monday or something. We're going to be removing all of these videos and closing the group. Okay. But I got some real cool things to share with you now that I think are super important. And I want to share my mind map here. Let me find my share button. Here we go. Boom. All right. This is my mind map. All right. I've got something really amazing I want to share with you. I teased it a little bit yesterday, and I want to be sharing more about what this is all about right now. I'm going to be, so I have two goals today. Number one, I'm going to be talking to you real quickly about my new 90-day fast start implementation program. It's not another course. It's not another book or set of videos. It's an actual implementation program. And I was thinking a lot about this, like, how can I help my folks get deals in the easiest and fastest way possible? How can I help them make money in the easiest and fastest way possible? And I've come up with something that I think is going to blow your socks away. And I don't know anybody else who's doing this. It's going to be amazing. I'm actually going to pay you to bring me deals. All right. I want to pay you. I want more lease option deals. And that's one of the big reasons why I did this 5-day masterclass is I want more lease option deals. And so I'm going to pay you $5,000 to bring me a lease option deal. How does that sound? All right. Do you want to make $5,000 in the next 30 days? Then become a deal finder for me. Rather than waiting to get paid for your deals, you can get paid upfront right away. Would you rather make money right now or wait 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5 years? Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a place for that. But when you're just getting started, or if you need some fast cash, why not? Let's get paid up front. This is going to be so much easier than anything you've ever heard of. And if as I'm going through this, okay, I want you guys to type in the comments, yes, I'm interested. Okay. You need to learn how to get in and out of deals as fast as possible and make as much money now as you can. So I'm going to show you how to find a deal, how to put it in my system, and how to get paid $5,000. It's really simple and easy to do. Now, what this program is not, it's not a program where I'm going to be teaching you or showing you, although you're going to learn this, how to do lease option deals from beginning to end. I'm not going to require that you advertise and market the home, know how all the contracts work, find and pre-screen tenant buyers, find mortgage brokers, title companies. I'm not going to teach you. Well, I am going to teach you, but you don't have to worry about this. How to manage the properties, how to double close your deals, waiting to get paid. You're going to learn all of that in my course, but you don't need to worry about that because I am going to be your buyer. And this is all about how to get paid as quickly as possible. For you, this is all about getting a check in Hip Pocket National Bank as soon as possible. Now, the old way of doing lease option deals, you got to find the deal. You got to find a realtor after you get it under contract to market the home and advertise the home, or do it all yourself, take the calls. There's a lot of work. You got to pre-screen tenant buyers, work with a mortgage broker, find one, right? Work with a title company, make sure that you do your due diligence on the property with the title company, do a title search, make sure it's not over encumbered. You got to manage the tenant buyer once they're in there all the way through to getting a mortgage. And I'm getting rid of all those things for you. All you have to do now is the finding part. Okay. You just got to find the deals and bring them to me. I've done deals all over the country. I already have a national team in place. And if I don't have a team or somebody in place and wherever the deal is, I can find them. And I basically use realtors and my national title company, and I can find mortgage brokers, and I can find the team to do this. And I want to do more lease option deals. Now, how is this different than anything else? Well, instead of you waiting to get paid, I'm going to pay you up front for your efforts. I will do all the extra steps after that. You only have one job to do, and that's to bring me good lease option deals. Now, in this 5-day course, I've shown you how to find deals, right? But I'm also going to give you, later on here, I'm going to give you an opportunity to get my Simple Lease Options course and my Creative Financing Lab course on how to find the deals. And then how to do, you're going to learn how to do the whole process from beginning to end. So you can, instead of making just $5,000 up front, you can make 30 to 50 grand. Okay. But I'm also going to be giving you access to some special things here in a few minutes where I'm going to show you how to get 5 leads in 5 days. So like you can go through all my courses, or I'm just going to show you real quickly and simply how to just do the marketing and how to find the leads and bring them to me. And I have a 5 days and 5 leads class that I did. And I also have a 30-day class that I did where I went into a brand new market and I did a bunch of new marketing. And I made a bunch of offers and talked to a bunch of sellers. So you're going to see me actually not just teach this stuff, but do it in a new market that I've never been in before. So then you can just take what I do and copy it. I'm also going to show you how you can use the most powerful marketing tools on the planet, FreedomSoft and PropStream, in just a minute. Now, I'm just teasing it there. Now, here are the 5 things that are critical for your success. Remember, all you have to do is find the deals. And I want you to have all of the tools and resources that you need at your disposal. Number 1, you need to learn how to make lease option offers. And that's what we're covering this week, okay? But I'm also going to give you access to the course that I have that teaches you how to do that. Why are lease options, guys, so important here? I'm looking at my mind map. I forgot something. All right, hold on one second here. All right, now, lease options are amazing. Why? Because you're going to get more offers accepted when you can give the seller more options. Most investors out there are really struggling right now, and they struggle all the time because they don't have other options they can give to sellers. If a lead doesn't have enough equity, they throw it away. If the seller says no to their cash offer, they just put the lead in the wood pile and forget about it, right? But now we can have something more that we can offer to sellers. If they say no to the cash offer, we can offer them a full price offer. We can offer them a higher offer if they're, as long as they're willing to wait for it. So instead of going from getting 1 out of 30 offers accepted, you can go up to maybe 2 or 3 out of 30 offers get accepted, because now you're giving sellers more options. So you can literally double or triple your deal flow overnight by giving sellers more options, right? Now, the other powerful thing about this that you've got to understand why lease options are so powerful is because now, instead of having just one thing that you can negotiate with sellers, like a cash price, and that's it, now you can negotiate 3 or 4 or 5 things. All right. You can negotiate the price. You can give the price, whatever the seller price, whatever price you want. You can negotiate the rent, the down payment, the term, the any rent credits. There's a lot of other things now you can negotiate where you can give the seller options. So instead of just you can be like a transaction engineer. You're going to add now another tool in your tool belt where you can now do more deals, right? You're also going to need a system or a tool for getting seller leads. In fact, in this, I'm going to give you over 5,000 leads to contact. So you don't have to worry about going out and finding the leads or the sellers to contact. I'm going to give you 2,000 for sale by owner and for rent leads from Zillow. I'm going to give you a bunch of older listings from Redfin if you want them. And I'm going to give you 3,000 records from FreedomSoft for free. So you don't have to worry about going out and finding the leads. We're going to give you the leads. We're going to help you set up the system. So all you need to do is reach out and contact them. Text message, an email, a slide dial, a letter, things that you can all do right inside of FreedomSoft. All right. And I'm going to coach you and personally help you learn how to manage all of these. Now, I'm also going to give you a software to analyze your deals so you can come up with these offers fast, so you can find the very best deals. And you can analyze these. So my mind map, I don't know what happened to my mind map. It's missing a bunch of things that I just did. But that's okay. Let me refresh this. I think what happened was I lost my internet connection. So I had a bunch of other things in this mind map, but that's okay. I'm just going to go through it anyway for you. But I'm going to give you a software to analyze your deals so you can find the very best deals. And it's like, if you're trying to figure out, well, how do I analyze a deal? How do I know what the ARV is? How do I know what rent to offer? I'm going to help you with the software that I have. And I can help you customize it for your specific needs. It's going to automatically calculate the rent, the bride price, the down payment. It'll help you create 2 different lease option offers, 2 different owner financing offers. It's going to factor in all the numbers so you know exactly what to offer. You can make offers and analyze deals quickly with confidence. You don't have to spend hours or days coming up with the offer. It really takes the guesswork out of the equation. You can stop wondering if a deal qualifies as a good lease option or not. And you're going to know exactly what I would offer for these lease option deals, because it's like having me look over your shoulder. All right. So I'm going to give you a software that helps you analyze all your deals. And I'm going to give you an offer system that helps you create and send offers out. Now, you've got me in your corner. You've got my lease option system. I'm giving you leads, and I'm going to give you the software to make sure it's a good deal. You know what to offer. Now, all you need is a simple automated way to actually send out the offers and to track them, to make sure nothing falls through the cracks. So I'm going to help you with an offer system in the Joe McCall Signature Edition of FreedomSoft, which includes all of my contracts and templates, my marketing pieces, my workflow automations, my text messaging, follow-up campaigns. And you're going to get this credibility kit that you can just fill in a few blanks. It gives you a 7 or 8 page credibility kit that you can send to sellers after you talk to them. Even if they're cold, you send them this thing, and you can do a digital signature from inside of the custom built FreedomSoft. You can email it to them. You can send it in the physical mail. You can even text it to them. And this credibility kit is going to do the selling for you. And You can do it all inside of FreedomSoft. All right. I'm also going to give you me. You're going to get a personal coach. You need a coach that can hold your hand, hold you accountable, help you avoid costs and mistakes, can answer any and of all your questions, and somebody who is in your corner. Okay. Here it is. These are my notes that I did. Okay. I was just this is why lease option offers are better. We already talked about this. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Sometimes you're going to have leads that won't take a lease option. They just want to do cash. All right. Well, you're going to need to make all cash offers, and you can use my proof of funds for your all cash deals. And I can lend you money on your deals if you want as well. And you can still partner with me on these deals, and we'll just split the profit. So I'm looking to buy more lease option deals. But if you find a deal that needs cash, they just want a cash offer. Well, now you can make them an all cash offer with the confidence knowing you have the money behind you. All right. That can actually close on the deals. You need to close on these deals. I have the funds that can actually close on this deal for you, with you. I'm going to give you the proof of funds that you need to close on these deals. And these are legit proof of funds with a real phone number on it. So the realtor or the seller can actually call and talk to somebody in the office that can verify, yeah, we have the money here. So it's not a fake proof of funds letter. It's legit. And we can fund your deals, and I'm going to help you find the buyer. All right. Now, I can't tell you how many times a student brings me a deal and I'll say something like, yeah, you know what? I already know somebody in that market that's doing deals. Let me call him up. And that guy can help me. If he doesn't want the deal or she doesn't want the deal, she can help me find somebody else who wants the deal. All right. And even if it's in a small market where I don't know anybody, we can help you do the marketing to find the buyers. Okay. So I want to buy your lease option deals. I will partner on your cash deals, and I'll give you the proof of funds and the lending, the money, with no transaction fees. What'd you say? No transaction fees. We're not going to charge you to use my transactional funding. Is anybody interested in this? Does this sound cool? All right, good. Now, seller leads. You don't have to go out and scrape Zillow, Facebook Messenger, Redfin, PropStream for hours. You can go out and spend thousands of dollars if you want on Facebook ads, Google PPC, direct mail, spend hours and hours cold calling, but you don't have to anymore. I'm going to give you 2,000 FSBOs and rental leads and older listings. I'm also going to give you 3,000 free leads from FreedomSoft, and I'm going to coach you and personally help you and show you how to come up with a marketing plan so you know how much to send out, how to send the letters, how to send the texts, the slide dials, et cetera, et cetera. I'm also going to help you find a VA to do that for you. Now, my deal analyzer software, here it is. You need to know if it's a good deal or not, right? You don't waste your time. You need to know what price and terms you need to acquire it for. You need to help figuring out, okay, well, what's the rent? What's the buy price? What's the down payment? This software that I have is going to analyze a deal and help you come up with 2 lease option offers and 2 owner financing offers. It's going to factor in all the numbers so you know exactly what to offer. So you can make offers quickly and with confidence. You don't spend hours and days trying to analyze a deal and come up with an offer. It takes the guesswork out of the equation. You can stop wondering if the deal qualifies. And again, it's like having me look over your shoulder so you know exactly what to offer the properties. The software is included. And this is crazy. This is a software that I built just recently, and I can actually customize it and give it to you. So it's not just a software that's sitting in my servers somewhere. All right. I can actually copy this, give it to you, so you can then go in and edit it and personalize it and customize it and add to it and subtract to it or whatever. And it's actually really simple. Now, it's kind of techie, but I can help you with this. I can show it to you, and I can let you hire the lady that I hired from the Philippines to build it out for you. Cool. So this is amazing because most people, when you have a software, you have to kind of fit into their box, into their mold, and they won't change anything for you. I'm going to take this software if you want, and I'm just going to duplicate it and copy it into your own software account that I'm using with this company. And it costs this software, if you want to personalize it, make your own, costs like $20 a month, $15 a month. It's ridiculous. So you can now then customize it and all of that stuff. Cool. All right. Now, the offer making system, you have the lease options. You have me in your corner. I'm going to give you the leads. I'm going to give you the software to make sure you have a good deal. Now, all you need is an automated way to make offers. And you can do all of this in the Joe McCall Signature Edition. This is a customized version of FreedomSoft. Okay. It's going to create the lease option credibility kit for you. You can send it by email, text for electronic signatures, email, even physical mail. I have pre-trained VAs that you can hire if you want, or I can help you find pre-trained VAs that understand and know FreedomSoft. We also have twice a day FreedomSoft coaching calls that you and your team can join anytime if you have questions. And I'm going to show you how to and help you and show you how to customize FreedomSoft for your own personal business. All right. Now, I'm glad I knew that stuff was in the mind map somewhere, and there it is. All right. So I'll fix that later. So this is really simple, guys. You got to find the deal, submit it to me, and I'll pay you $5,000. All right. No more handling all the extra paperwork, finding a title company, finding a mortgage broker, advertising the property, coordinating your showings, pre-screening a ton of tenant buyers, putting the property on your websites, managing the realtors, managing the property once the tenant buyer is in the house, worrying about any potential vacancies or repairs, worrying about, well, what if the tenant buyer is late on their rent or doesn't buy their home, or communicating with the sellers, making sure that you can actually double close these deals at the end. No more waiting to get paid. You're going to get paid up front. Does that sound interesting to you? All right. Now, the final factor that's critical for your success, getting a personal one-on-one coach. And this is what I want to talk about. This is the main crux of what we're giving you now. There is a walkie-talkie for smartphones that works for Android or for iPhone. And even if you don't have a smartphone, you have a stupid phone, you can do this on a browser. Now, this is a walkie-talkie. Just like you click the button and you talk, Voxer, what I'm going to give you access to me, Voxer. So we can walkie-talkie. No more waiting for a week to get on the next group coaching call, or no more, if you have a question, no more going into the Facebook group and hoping somebody sees it and answers it and gives you a good answer. You're going to get direct access to me for 90 days on Voxer. Investors, they often get stuck because they don't know what to do next. They can't wait for the next weekly group call with 100 other people on it and hope that their question gets answered. They don't want to post their question in a crowded Facebook group. So this can really, really help you get unstuck and get unstuck fast. Now, I can't work with everyone. I don't have unlimited resources. I can't buy 1 million deals. I can only buy so many deals. And I only have a certain number of hours in a day to coach one-on-one people. So I'm only taking 20 people. Already, we've had hundreds of people say, I'm interested. I want something like this. I asked you guys yesterday. You guys have been doing this now. I can only take 20 people. I just don't have unlimited resources. I can't buy all these deals. My goal is to buy 20 deals in the next 6 months. All right. So I'm hoping every single one of you bring me a deal, at least one. Now, the doors open today. This is only for the first 20 people. I've had at least 250 plus people say they're interested. It will fill up. Tomorrow, I'm going to email my entire list. I have 175,000 people on my list. And I'm going to do a podcast about it, YouTube video about it. I have 14,000 something subscribers. I have over 10 million downloads of my podcast. I've got 20 something. I got 50 or 60,000 downloads a month on my podcast. You guys get first priority if you're interested in this. Okay. You get first priority if you're interested in this. And this is not a training program. It's a 90-day fast track implementation program. And I am removing all the roadblocks. Okay, I've got some free bonuses for you. I'm doing a special fast start class next week just for these 20 people, where I'm going to be breaking down, okay, this is what you need to focus on. You get my courses, right? You get all 20 steps. Okay, those are good. You can use those if you want, but just focus on these 3 steps. And this is what I'm going to be doing in this fast track class. I'm going to say, all right, just do these 3 things because I'm going to buy your deal. Now, again, you don't have to sell me your deal. If you want to stay in the middle and do the whole thing and make 30 to 50 grand, great. I'll still coach you and help you with that. I'm not going to be mad if you don't bring me a deal to buy. I'm actually going to be more happy for you because of your success. Make sense? So you're going to get my flagship lease options course, which I sell for $2,500 on my website. You get that for free. You get the Creative Financing Lab course I did with Matt Terrio. And Matt Terrio is a good friend. We sold this for $2,100, where we teach you how to do subject twos, owner financing, how to raise private money. You get all of Matt's best tools and training. Matt's a great trainer. He's a good friend of mine. He's from Epic Real Estate, does tons of YouTube videos and podcasts. One of the best trainers out there. We did a course together last year called Creative Financing Lab. So that's included. Now, again, you get those 2 courses, which covers in a lot more detail everything that I did this week. But you don't have to worry about that. You don't even have to go through it. Just focus on the 1 or 2, 3 things at the beginning, because I'm going to do your deals. Now, I'm also going to be doing a live 2-day workshop for these 20 folks. I might have some more people in, but I'm not going to have more than 30 or 40 people. This is a 2-day live lease options workshop. I haven't done a lease options workshop on just lease options in a long, long time. I think 6-7 years. It's going to be in St. Louis sometime in October, November, maybe September, October. I will let you know within the next couple of weeks, but it will be recorded if you can't make it. It's going to be recorded so you can watch all of it. But we are actually going to call sellers live and make offers live in this workshop. I'll do some teaching, but the majority of it is actually going out and doing. Now, you can do it too with me if you want. A lot of times I've tried to do that before and students get uncomfortable. So I'm just going to do it for you. I'm going to do the marketing. We're going to talk to sellers. We're going to make offers. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Gavin will probably be there with me, my coaching business partner. All right. Now, we're also going to be doing weekly group coaching calls. And there's a private Facebook group, and you get support from my team. You can email my team, text my team, and we're doing 2 times a day. What? 2 times a day, FreedomSoft live Zoom calls. My team at FreedomSoft is helping with this. It's twice a day you can come on and they ask questions about FreedomSoft. Have your VAs join to learn how to do FreedomSoft. But you also get, don't forget, Voxer access with me. So anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can leave me a Voxer message with your voice. And I'm not going to answer it at 2 a.m., but once a day, I'm going to go through all my Voxers and answer your questions personally. And here's a crazy thing too. The nice thing about this is, I may have more questions for you. So you ask me a question, I might ask you some more questions. So we can have this dialogue back and forth live on Voxer, which is amazing. All right. Now, here's the thing too. If I can't answer it on Voxer, we're going to get on the phone. I'm just going to say, hey, listen, what's your number? Let's talk. And we'll talk on the phone. All right. Now, this is an application process. I can't take everyone. I'm only taking 20 people. It will fill up this weekend. You're going to get access first before I send it out to my list. All right, so this is a summary of everything that you're going to get. You're going to get 5,000 seller leads. You get private one-on-one Voxer access with me. I'm going to pay you $5,000 for your lease option deals. You get my deal analysis and offer software. I'm going to help you with the FreedomSoft and all the tech and automation. You get my 2 flagship courses, Simple Lease Options, Creative Financing Lab. We have a private Fast Start class that's next week where I'm going to tell you, all right, don't worry about steps 4 through 8 and 9. Just focus on steps 1, 2, and 3 here. And we're going to be diving deep into what you just need to do to bring me your deals, what I'm looking for. I'm doing a 2-day live workshop in St. Louis just on lease options. Watch us make offers live. It's going to be recorded if you can't make it. We do weekly group coaching calls and a private Facebook group. Is that crazy or what? Am I insane? Now, here it is. You can apply now at joemccall.com/fast. Okay. joemccall.com/fast if you are interested. Okay. I'm typing this in the Facebook chat. When you get there, it's going to look like this. It's just a simple. All right. I put it in the Zoom chat. In the Facebook chat. If somebody can, please also, because there's tons and tons of comments. If you guys can actually copy and paste that comment I just had so it doesn't get lost, or maybe we can even pin it at the top. I can't pin it. Oh, wait, there it is. Pin. All right. joemccall.com/fast. A simple application process like this. All right. I just want to know your name, your email, your phone number. What about this program interests you the most? And why would you be a good fit? All right. Then I'm going to text you. It's going to be me. I'm going to text you personally, ask you some questions, answer any questions you have, and see if you're a good fit. If you're a good fit, I'm going to send you a Google Doc, which explains everything in detail, and it has some frequently asked questions. You can review that, and then if you're interested, we can go ahead and proceed from there. Everybody's asking how much it costs. It's going to be first. Here's the thing: if money wasn't an object or an issue, would you be interested in this? Who would be interested in this if money was not an issue? Who would be interested in this? Say aye. Give me a thumbs up. Give me an I in the Facebook comments. Who would be interested in this if money was not an option? There you go. All right. Tons of eyes. If money was not an option, who would be interested in this? A bunch of eyes from Steve Hall. Yeah. Getting a bunch of thumbs ups and likes. Now, I know a lot of you guys have questions. You might already have my SLO course. You might already have Creative Financing Lab or whatever. Apply anyway, and I will answer your questions. All right. You guys got questions like, what about this? What about, I've just bought this. Do I need that? Just fill out the application at joemccall.com/fast. And I'll answer your questions, me personally. Okay. Yeah. You guys are interested. Here's the crazy thing, guys. How much is it? Super cheap. You're going to get your money back on the first deal you give me. So I'm actually going to pay you to get free coaching. I don't know how that works. It's crazy. All right. I'm getting a lot of yeses. I'm interested. Good. Guys, this is a no-brainer. All right. Look at what you get. You're going to get 5,000 free seller leads. I'm going to go out and scrape 2,000 records from Zillow for rent and for sale by owner. And I'm going to give you 3,000 records for FreedomSoft for free. I'm also going to go out into Redfin and pull up old listings. You get private one-on-one Voxer access with me where you can ask me questions anytime. I'm going to pay you $5,000 for your lease option deals. You don't have to wait until the end. I'm going to pay you right up front. So you could get $5,000 in the next week. You're going to get my deal analysis software, my offer software. I'm going to help you set up FreedomSoft and set up all the tech automation. You're going to get my 2 flagship courses, Simple Lease Options and Creative Financing Lab. We're going to do a fast start class that starts next week. We're going to do a 2-day live workshop in St. Louis that only you get the recordings to if you can't make it. I'm not going to be making it out to everybody else. We're going to actually call sellers, talk to sellers live, make offers. We're going to do weekly group coaching calls, a private Facebook group. All right. So if you're interested, go to joemccall.com/fast. I'm going to text you back personally. I'm going to ask you some questions. It's going to be me. You have to respond to my texts. It's going to fill up. So if you don't respond to my email or my text, then I'm going to assume you're not interested. So you have to look for my response. I'm only taking 20 people, so it is going to fill up. Tomorrow, I'm going to be emailing my entire list, talking about it on my podcast and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure you guys get first dibs if you're interested in this. Again, when you apply and I'm going to be asking you some questions, I'm going to be texting you a Google Doc, which explains everything. It tells you what the cost is. There is a payment plan. And yeah, it's going to be super simple, really easy. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be so much fun. I've been not anxious, but like excited. That's a good way to put it. Okay. All right, cool. We'll be talking more about that here in a minute, but I want to teach you some things here on making offers. And I just have 2 things I want to show you because this is going to be really simple and a lot of fun. Good. Who's already filled out the application? I see 2 guys that are here that have already filled out the application. They're ready to talk. Nice. I love it. So I'm going to teach you a couple things here real quick, and then I'm going to go to the VIPs and we're going to do a quick Q&A coaching call with the VIPs. And then I'm going to get on the text and I'm going to start messaging you guys. It's going to be crazy, awesome fun. All right. Now, I want to evaluate a deal with you guys. I'm so excited about this. Oh, a bunch of you guys are already filling out the application. Love it. I'm so excited about this. I really, really do hope I fill it up with you guys before I email it to my list. I mean, I love my list, but if all I did was email it to my list, I would fill it up. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. And so, yeah, that's right, Charlie. But I'm also going to see Charlie saying, hey, if you buy 20 deals, that's $100,000. Yeah, it is. I would pay $100,000 to buy 20 deals. Oh, yeah. You kidding me? Now, there is a minimum criteria for the lease option deals. And I explained that in the document that I'm going to text to you. All right. There is a minimum criteria. I'm not going to buy your bad deals, obviously, right? But here's the thing. Wouldn't it be nice to have a coach that can look at your deal and say, hey, listen, this isn't a good deal. You need to cancel this contract or renegotiate a new price. Wouldn't it be nice to know you're not going to get stuck in a bad deal? You have a personal coach like me who's done hundreds of deals that can look at your lease option and say, hey, listen, sorry, not going to work. You know, you weren't looking at, let me show you what you should have done. And you'll learn from your bad offers, which is okay because my contracts allow you to get out of the deal if something goes bad. All right. You're not going to get stuck in a bad deal. I promise you, you're not. Because if it's a good deal, I'm going to buy it. But if it's a bad deal, I'm going to tell you, you need to go back to the seller and negotiate a new price and fix this. And if they won't negotiate, then you need to cancel it, which is easy to do. Okay. Now you know and you learn. That's the best way to learn. You can go back and now offer a better offer to other sellers. Okay. And the other thing you might get such a good deal. I've done this before. I've told the student, I said, listen, I know you want to partner with me on this deal, but this is such a smoking hot deal. I can just coach you in 15 minutes and tell you how to flip this, find a buyer, and you're going to make 3 times as much money. So what would you rather do? Would you rather partner with me on the deal and split the profits 50-50, or just listen for 15 minutes and I'll tell you how to make 2 or 3 times as much? And the students will say, I'd rather just make more money myself. I said, fine. So you don't have to partner with me on your deals. This may be such a smoking hot deal. You're going to be like, I want to keep this for myself. That is fine. You may want to keep it for yourself, make 30 to 50 grand in a couple of years. That's awesome. I'll be so happy for you. All right. Some of you are asking questions about the payment plans and all that. I will answer those questions in the text. So when you apply, I'll send you a message, I'll send you a text, and I'll send you a Google Doc, which answers your questions. All right. So again, be on the lookout for my text. When this is done, I do a Q&A call with the VIP members, and then I'm going to start sending out text. And if I've got too many of them, then you just have to be a little patient. I'll get to them as soon as I can. But I'm doing this personally myself. I'm excited. I want to talk to you guys and see what are your burning questions? What are your desires? What do you need? What are you looking for? How can I help you more? And that's why I'm doing it myself. Okay. And then also don't forget, this is huge. I mean, this could be a coaching program in and of itself. I'm going to, if you have a deal that's a cash deal, I will lend you, you can use my proof of funds, and I will give you no fee transactional funding. You know what that is? That's amazing. That's what that is. You're going to get the cash, and I'm going to give you the cash with no fees, so you can close on your deal. So you may got a deal that the seller doesn't want to do a lease option. It's a cash deal. All right. Now you can go to the seller with the confidence that you have the money and the backing. You can actually fund the deal. All right. So you can close on it, and then I'll partner with you and you can wholesale it out. And if I don't have a buyer, I can help you find a buyer. We can partner on the deal. So it may not be a lease option deal, and that's fine. It may be a cash deal. I still want to partner with you on those. I'm not going to buy them. I'm not in the fix and flip business, so I don't want to buy your wholesaling cash deals, but I will partner with you on them. You can use my proof of funds. You can use my transactional money. I won't charge you any for that. And we'll partner on the deal. I'll help you flip it to another buyer, and we'll split the profits on that 50-50. Normally I make about 10 grand on my wholesaling deals. Me and Gavin and our team in Alabama, we average about $12,000 profit on our cash deals. Does that sound cool? I'm so excited about this. Who's excited about this? Come on, baby. We were watching a show last night, 2 nights ago, with my daughters and my sons. I have 2 boys, 2 girls. And my wife wasn't there. She was, I forget what she was doing. But it was a pool show. It's called Off the Grid on the Beach. It's a really cool show. These people go find houses on the beach off the grid. And who knows of that show? And so then this one guy was calling his wife baby. And so I've been saying, yeah, baby, more often. I've been calling my wife baby. Hey, baby. She doesn't like it. But okay, if you see me, I'm saying baby a lot. That's because of this stupid show. All right. Let's get back into this. I'm so excited. All right. Let's go find a deal. Does somebody have a deal? If you can give me an address, let's just look it up, and I'm going to show you how to evaluate them on a couple pieces of paper here. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to set this up. We got one on Kansas. Hopefully Kansas, it's not too hard to figure out. Because sometimes in Kansas, it's a non-disclosure state. Let's see what we have here. Somebody posted this property in Towanda. Can you guys see my screen? All right. I want to deal in a bigger, well, it's not too far from Wichita, is it? I could definitely make an offer on this. Well, you know what? This does not look like when I do lease options, guys. I want to do lease options on a house that's leased at least 100 grand. That's kind of a more median priced home. I mean, that's maybe a nice house, but that looks like that would be a better cash offer. All right. That's going to be a better rental property. I may be wrong. Somebody give me an address for, okay, here's one more. Oh, this is from Janice and Russell, some of our coaching students. All right, Janice, come on now. She probably is giving me a hard one because she knows how to do this already. All right, this is a good one. Janice, I know you. You're probably giving me a hard deal here, but let's see where this one is. I'm going to switch to map. Where is this? Good grief. Oh, by Temecula. Okay. Yeah, I've been there a lot. I used to have family live in Palomar. I lived down in San Diego, El Cajon, this area, and I've lived in Bakersfield. Bakersfield's around here. Oh, Bakersfield's up north of LA. All right. So anyway, Temecula. Yeah. So let's evaluate this deal and let's make a lease option offer. And I'm going to share my iPad here in a minute, and I'm going to share with you these evaluation worksheets that I like to do. I'm just trying to zoom into the satellite image so I can kind of see what the neighborhood looks like. I like satellite images because you can see if there's a bunch of vacant lots. You can see kind of what the home's neighborhood is like. Are there, abandoned lots? Are there cars in the yards? Are there pools in the yards? And this is a really nice neighborhood. It's a great lease option area. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show my iPad and we're going to come up with a lease option offer. So let me do a new screen share. You know what? I'm going to do two screens. Hold on one second. Let's do that. I'm going to share my desktop. All right. And I'm going to scoot this over. I'm going to bring QuickTime over. Let's make this the right half. All right. We good now? This is my iPad here. And you can see me. I'm going to be making some marks here. Can you see me do this red laser thing on there? Can you see me do that red laser thing? All right, good. You guys see it. All right. Now, this is going to be a little tricky because I got all these things laying around. I'm going to do my best here. Okay. Let's go back here. I'm going to pull this address up in Zillow. Okay. Make this a little bigger here. Pittman Lane. So I'm going to write, you know what? Hang on one second. I need to put my iPad on a pad. Ah, that's better. Okay, so this property is at, if you can see my screen here, nice. All right, here we go. This property is 33341 Pittman Lane, Menifee, California, 92584. Okay. And this is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, and 3-car garage, maybe. Square feet is 3,750. Now, if I was talking to Janice right now, I'd be asking her questions like, do you know what the mortgage balance is? Do you know what the mortgage payment is? And we don't know that yet, but we'll look here in a minute. This was bought about a year ago, right? Let's look at the pictures. So Janice, maybe you can actually tell me, how did you find this property? Was this cold calling? I know you guys are doing some of that. Oh, she's saying that's not the address I sent you. Well, what was the address you sent me? Oh, it wasn't the address. Let me try this again. I did something wrong. This is the address she sent me. Well, how'd that happen? All right. So this is a house. Explains how she found it. This is a house for rent. Right now they're asking $2,695. This is encouraging here. Rent's estimate is $3,027. All right. So this is a house for rent. Maybe she's talking to the seller. I don't know. I don't have time to ask a ton of questions about this, but let's just look at it. This is a rental property. It's vacant. It's clean. Doesn't need any work. Let's see if this is also in near Temecula. Yeah, okay, it is. All right, this is real close to that neighborhood we were just looking at. All right, so then let me fix what I just did over here in this. The address is 33322 Lazarite Way. And then, you don't need to write down the city. Beds and baths, it's a 4-2 3-car garage, right? And it's 2,932 square feet. All right, cool. Now what we need to do, guys, is we need to determine the ARV. We need to determine the ARV so what we're trying to do is calculate an offer to send to the seller. All right. And the next thing I'm going to show you is how to evaluate the deal and how to come up with our profit, our estimated profit on this deal. And you're going to see why I want to buy your lease option deals. All right. Because this is going to be really, really juicy. So we're going to want to find out the mortgage balance and the mortgage payment. But we need to first determine the ARV, which is the after repair value. Okay, we want to know what the after repair value is. And then we're going to subtract repairs to get our as is value. But this one doesn't need any repairs, right? So the repairs are going to be 0. It's going to be 0. All right. So now let's go to work and find, what does Zillow say the house is worth? Sometimes Zillow does not tell you what the house is worth when it's already listed for rent. So sometimes you can go look and see what they say. All right. I don't see it there. It might be somewhere. What we're going to do now is just going to go to a couple other different resources that I like to go to. Let's go to redfin.com. I'm going to paste the address here. Redfin tells me it's 415. Let me get my pen. I'm going to do a new color. Let's do blue. Redfin says 414,866. See right there? Okay. And then sometimes ePraisal works, sometimes it doesn't, and I think it doesn't. Oh, it's working now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll be surprised if this works. Let's see here. Yeah, not a big deal. All right. So never mind that. Let's go to PropStream Joe. PropStream Joe, and let's go to one more. We're going to go to realtor.com. All right, I'm going to log into PropStream. Close your eyes. Don't look. Just kidding. That was funny. And then let's look up realtor.com. All right, so PropStream. You can see why I love PropStream so much here. This is PropStream Joe. You get all kinds of crazy detail on this property. You can see who owns it. Oops, what happened? Let me make this a little bigger. Oh, come on here. There we go. A trust owns it. They've owned it for 11 years. So this isn't a big hedge fund that owns it. And it's an absentee owner. They live in Murrieta, California. The estimated value is 486,853. So I'm going to write that down here from PropStream. 486,853 in my awesome, beautiful handwriting. Okay. And yeah, there's so much more. You can get some really good comps here. We'll look at that later. If it's listed by the realtor, you can see who the MLS agent is and all that stuff here. You can see the information on the mortgage, when they last bought it. Sometimes you can see if there's been a divorce or a transfer. Okay. All right. Now let's look at realtor.com. Realtor.com has the value up here at $26.95. Well, that's the rent. Sometimes in here, and sometimes you can't, you're going to see what the house value is. Okay, when if it's on the MLS for rent, it's going to be hard to get. Normally, there's a button here to see the value of the home, but we're not going to see it. All right, so where else can we go? Another site that I go to sometimes is iComps, if it's working. All right, and there's another site. What is it? True. It doesn't work too much. All right, well, now we have. Normally, I like to get at least three. We have Redfin and PropStream. PropStream says 486. Redfin says 414. Sometimes, when it comes, and this is a common thing, it's hard to get comps on property. What do you do? Well, sometimes I just rely on what the seller says it's worth. One thing we could do also is we could go here to PropStream and look at comps. So this is a 2,900 square foot house, right? Let's see what is sold in the last year. So this is in the last year within a 15-20% of the square feet within a half mile. Here are all the comps of the properties that sold. We can sort this. And we get quite a wide variety of homes. You can see 1,650,000, 587, 560. Let's do a smaller radius, 0.25 square feet. Oh, yeah, here we go. So it's a little smaller. Let me sort this. Now this is a little better now because we're now just in, you see where we are here? We're just kind of in that area in between the main streets there. So we got 590, 580, 569, 558. You go down to 432. So I'm feeling better about PropStream. PropStream says 486, and we're kind of at the lower middle end of that. One of the other cool things about Redfin that I like here, this is a 4-bedroom, 2,900 square feet. It's actually a really good size home for California. If you click on the map, you click right here, map nearby homes for sale. This puts that property right in the center of that map. All right. And now you can go to more filters and you can say, all right, give me a house, no more than 4. Let's do 3 to 4 bedrooms. And we want square feet to be between, let's do, well, it's 2932. Let's do at least 2,700 square feet. Let's see what we get. We get one property. Let's zoom out. There's another one. Zoom out again. All right, we've got 4 properties there. 590, 550, 680. These are active listings. You can sort this table by price. You can look at these homes. This one's very similar to what we have, and they're actively listed right now for 590, and it's been on the market 1 day. This one's been on the market for 35 days. Right now, we can also go here to filters and switch for sale off and sold on the last year. Let's do last 6 months. Apply filters. Now we got 14 homes right here, and we can zoom in a little bit. We see 475, 490, 530, 531. Yeah, so let's zoom in a little bit more too. So again, that house we were looking at is right in the center of the map. I've not moved the map around. I've just zoomed in and out. Okay. So here's 530. I'm always underestimating, over delivering. I'm always going to be conservative. So this is a 530, and we can look at the pictures here. This sold 3-4 months ago. Really nice house. 530, 531. This was a 2-story, but only a little bit bigger. No pictures there. 575. All right. So looking back here, because normally I can get something from Zillow, I can get something from Realtor.com, or, I have Redfin and PropStream. Redfin, for some reason, 414, PropStream's 486. But looking at Redfin and prior solds and looking at PropStream, looking at prior solds, I bet you we could get 530 for it, being conservative. So, now we've got something weird here going on. We've got, let me do blue again. Hold on 1 second here. We got, let's do comps 530. And I feel good about that because, again, looking back here at Redfin, if I look at what was my competition selling for? Right, some of those are solds. Sold off. Here we go. This is my competition, 550. So if I list it for 530, I'm going to be cheaper than them. I'm probably going to sell faster, right? So I like this number 530. And when it's hard to get comps, here's my point. Sometimes you can't just take the average of Zillow, ePraisal, Redfin, PropStream, Realtor. You can't just do the averages because they're hard to find. So look at what similar properties are selling for, what similar properties are actively selling for, and what properties have sold for in the past. So what do you guys think we should use? Go ahead and type it in the comments here. What do you guys think we should use? Here's the cool thing while you guys are typing that in. Here's the cool thing about Redfin. If I go back here to more filters, turn for sale off, sold on in the last year. My gosh, right there, I got 37 of them, right? So you could really go to town and scroll down and download all of them. Right here, you could download all of them into a spreadsheet and kind of get some comps and just play with it and get an average price per square foot and all of that. Okay. But, well, look at this. This property sold for 475. And it was on the market for 49 days. And this didn't need any work, did it? It was on the market. When did it sell? December 2020. A lot of things have happened and changed since December. So what would you guys offer? 525 to 530. I mean, I'm not offered, but what's your ARV? 525, 525. Somebody's saying, oh, the average of those three. 515, 525, 530, 530, 530, 510, 530, the average of the three. I'm going to go with 530. Let's just go with it. Here's the crazy thing, guys. This is important to understand. When you're making offers, I'm going to stop my screen share so you can actually see my emphasis in this. All right. When you're making offers, it's okay if you're wrong. That sounds crazy because sometimes we have no idea. No matter how much we analyze, we have no idea. We may be completely off. We may think the repairs are 20, they're actually 40. We may think the house is worth 500, it's actually worth 400. That's okay. This is just the initial offer. We're going to find out what the property is actually worth when we start marketing the home. You may think you can get $2,400 a month in rent, but you're not getting any calls. You're not getting any showings. Well, maybe you're asking too much. So this is the powerful thing about the way our contracts are set up. We're going to make our best guess. We're going to try to get the seller to the lowest price they can. We'll get it under contract. After a week or two of marketing the home, talking to buyers, hey, it's too much, the rent's too high, it needs more repairs than you said it did, or whatever. I'm not interested. If we get enough of those, we can go back to the seller, renegotiate or cancel our agreement. So you should know within a couple weeks, within our inspection contingency window, whether you have a good deal or not. And if you have a good contract, it allows you to go back to the seller and either renegotiate or cancel the contract and get out of it. This is why you need a coach. You don't want to be 3 weeks and 6 days on a 4-week contract at the last hour, and you have to go back to the seller and say, I can't buy this thing. You don't want to do that. You want to know real quick as soon as possible. You need a coach or somebody to review your deals and say, yeah, you know what, that might be a good deal. Or the coach might say, I don't know. Go ahead and get it under contract for the lowest price you can. Start marketing it. Put it out there in Facebook Marketplace and do some signs and Craigslist. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. And see what they say. See what the buyers say. It doesn't matter what we think the ARV is. I've already spent way too much time on this, but I'm trying to do it slow and teach you what I'm doing. But just make a decision and go with it, because you can always go back and adjust it up or down later on. Does that make sense? It's really important to understand, because sometimes you can get into analysis paralysis, and that's just not necessary. It's not necessary, right? So from this, I'm going to go with ARV of 530. That's what I'm going to go with. Now, estimated repairs. Remember, we looked at this property. It is for rent. It doesn't need any repairs. Okay. So I'm going to do, normally you would do, 2932 times either. So what I have here is either $5 a square foot. If you don't see pictures and the seller says it doesn't need any work, then I do $5 a square foot. If I can tell it's just cosmetics, depending on where you live, I might do $10 a square foot for paint and carpet. If it's a major rehab, I might do $20 to $30 a square foot if it's major rehab. So I just do a per square foot price. And on this one, we're going to do 0, right? Because it doesn't need any repairs. The repairs are 0. So the as is value now is going to be the ARV of 530 minus repairs, which is 0, equals 530. Okay. Now, what are the market rents? This is where we're going to go in here real quick. They're advertising $26.95. Okay. They're saying the rent estimate is $3,027. There's another great site I like to use called Rentometer, rentometer.com. You have to put the address in here. They're asking $26.95, and it's a 4-bed, 1.5 or more, analyzed. Now, there's a premium version. They only do so many free. They're telling me here the average is 26, median's 26. So I'm right in the middle. I like that number, 26. We can go to PropStream. PropStream tells you what they think it might rent for right here, $21.75. So going to here, PropStream is $21.75. Rentometer was what? Again, let's just say 2,600. So you got to look at that and say, what rent are we going to use? Well, I like the rent that they're doing here. I like that. We're going to go with 2,695. That's going to be your ARV or as is value. All right. Now, here is the A to B offer. This is what we're going to offer the seller, the A to B. Typically, what I like to do is the as is value times 85%. So the as is value, if I get my calculator, let me do it on my screen here. All right, you see my screen? We're going to take the as is value, 530 times 0.85. It's 450. Let me get my pen. $450,500. The rent times 75%. So this is where we want to see at least 10 to 15% equity and 25% in cash flow. So the rent, we're going to do $2,695 times 0.75. We're going to offer the seller, 21 in rent, 2021 in rent, and we're going to try to get 5 years. Now, this is California. So I might be okay with going it to 90%, but you need to have no less than 10% equity in these deals. All right. So I might be okay with 90%. That's going to be 530 times 0.9, 477. Now, again, you might say, well, why would a seller rent it to you for 2021 when they can rent it for $2,695? I get that a lot. Why? Because I'm going to take care of vacancies, maintenance, repairs, and there's no commissions. Okay. I get paid from the buyer. I tell the seller why, your property manager, are they going to, if something's broken, are they going to pay for it and fix it themselves? If it's vacant and there's no tenant, are they going to pay the rent and the mortgage payment for you? No. Oh, well, I will. Right. So that's why I can get away with charging less. And 10%. Why 10%? When they can just list it on the MLS and they can just sell it. But you know what? I could show them how actually me buying it from them, they're actually going to walk away with more equity than they would get if they sold with a realtor many times. Because they have commissions they have to pay. They have carrying costs they have to pay. They have things they have to fix. It takes 2-3 months, even in a hot market, to finally get your check when you sell it. And they're going to have a lot of different costs. On average, you're going to see 10 to 15% in cost that a seller has to pay when they sell their home. So I'm actually giving them at 90%, I'm actually giving them more equity than they would get if they sold with a realtor. So here we're using 90%. Okay. Now, there's another offer that we could give. If the seller says no to the sandwich lease option offer, they say no, we can do a wholesaling lease option offer and give them whatever price they want, which is pretty crazy. I'll show you how that works. So let's say the seller says, no, you know what? I want to sell it for 530. I say, all right, I'll give you 530 for it. And the market rent is, $2,695 in 2 years. What? I'm going to give them whatever price they want. And what I'm going to do then, and this is another topic, but I'm going to flip or assign that lease option to another tenant buyer for $5 to $10,000, and I'm going to be done and out of the deal. All right. Cool. Now, that's how we make our offer. You understand? Oh, and I forgot one thing. Did you guys see what I forgot? Option deposit. I keep on option deposit. Here, I typically will do 1 month's rent. So I'll do $2,000. Okay. Here, you have to do something. I'll do 10 or $100. This gets credited back as part of the down payment when I buy the house. Okay. It gets credited back to me. And where does this money come from, by the way? It comes from the tenant buyer. When they put their money down, then I pay the seller this money. So it doesn't come out of my pocket. It comes from the tenant buyer. So I don't pay this to the seller until I get paid from the tenant buyer put down in the home. That's why I take away all the risk in this deal. I don't want to take on this risk. All right, now this is the sandwich lease option evaluation worksheet. This is where we're going to figure out, okay, what would our profit be on this deal? All right, and the address was 33322. Let's just fill it out real quick. 33322, something, 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 something. The as-is value we said was 530. Okay, when we talk to the seller, we're going to want to know what the PIT is, the mortgage balance is. Average appreciation in this area, we could just Google it real quick, but it's probably, I'm going to be conservative, it's 6%. That's really conservative. Their asking price, you know, maybe they say, oh, I'd sell it for 500, but we've offered 477. So we're giving them a little less than that. In exchange, though, we're taking care of all the maintenance and repairs and vacancies. Okay, the other thing was here, what's the market rents? We're going with $26.95. Okay, and here you can put your comps, you know, 550 if you wanted to. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting some numbers here. Now, this is something too that I have my VAs do sometimes. Now, here's the deal with the seller. This is important to understand. This is the deal with the seller. This is the A to B, right? The purchase price is going to be, what was the purchase price? 477, right? Purchase price, 477. The monthly payment we're paying to the seller is right there, 2021, right? Term, 5 years, and we're going to put down $2,000. All right, this is where we're going to figure out a property appreciation, because this is going to help us determine the purchase price with the tenant buyer. Okay, so if we figure in right here 6% appreciation a year, I'm going to do some numbers here on my calculator. So we say the value of the house today is 530, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my calculator. Let's move it over here. I'm going to do 530 times 1.06. That's going to add 6%. So that becomes 561,800. And I'm going to multiply that by 1.06. That makes it now 561,800, 595, 508, 595, 508. See, what I'm doing is I'm multiplying it 1.06, okay? Times 1.06, 631, 238. Times 1.06, 669, 113, 669, 113 times 1.06, 70. Oh, the power of compounding interest, right? In 5 years, that property that we're buying that's for 477 is going to be worth 709. Now that's California for you, right? That's why that huge appreciation is why I'm a little bit more willing to negotiate on this thing. It doesn't have to be 85%, but it shouldn't be anything more than 90%. You should always have at least 10% equity in the house. Now, I know some people that would be okay with, they'll give the seller 100% of what it's worth. And you may be okay with that. You may say, listen, it's worth 530 today. I'll buy it from you for $5. I'll give you a contract to buy it for 530 because you're going to hold it for 7 years. However, This, we can't guarantee this 6% a year. Maybe it's been appreciating 15%, the last year, but then the next year it's going to be maybe 8%, 6%. And who remembers 10 years ago, we were at negative 15%. So you don't know, right? You always need to have a cushion. You always need to have margin. But again, I know some people that would be okay with paying the seller 100% of the option price, of the as is value. If you feel okay with that, maybe because it's a hot market in California. But again, when you see the huge spikes, you also see the huge falls, the huge drops. Try to get this as low as you can. Try to get this number as low as you can right here. And then you can negotiate up or down. Maybe the seller says, you know what, I want 530 for it. They say, all right, I might get you 530, but instead of 1,800, I'm going to pay you, or 1,200. Sorry, instead of 2,000, I'm going to pay you 1,800. Okay. Instead of 5 years, I want 10 years. Instead of a 2,000 deposit, I want 0. Or I want $500 a month in rent credits if you pay the rent on time. So you can negotiate these things. You can negotiate the price up or down. It's price or terms. Write this down. Price or terms. Okay. It's up to the seller. What do you want? I can get you the price you want if you give me the terms that I want. If you want a higher rent, I can get you the higher rent if you give me a lower option price or you give me rent credits. That's the powerful thing about lease options. All right, so let's go back to this deal. Let's say now we're going to, now we have to look at our deal with the tenant buyer, okay? And what I like to do is I like to look at the price in 3 years, 631. So the purchase price is the value in 3 years is going to be 631, right? But what I typically like to do to make it fair for the tenant buyer so that everybody wins is the purchase price is determined by taking the appreciated value times 90 to 95%. Okay. So I want the tenant buyer to have some incentive to want to buy the home. So what I like to do is let me get a pen here in red, or let's do green. I like to do 631,238 times point. Let's do something in the middle, 93. Because I want them to have some incentive to buy the house, right? Times 0.93. Now, how does that look to you? I think that looks pretty good. That's going to mean my purchase price, the tenant buyer's purchase price is going to be $587,051. Now, that house might be worth $630, might be worth $650, it might be worth $590. The tenant buyer, do you think they're going to be excited about getting a mortgage? They're going to be working really hard if they've got $50,000 in built-in equity? Yeah. What's the monthly payment with the tenant buyer going to be? It's going to be the market rents. Oops. It's going to be the market rents, right? $26.95. Now, one thing I might do sometimes, I might drop that down to $2,500 if they do 5% down. So I might lower the rent if they do a higher down payment. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I might lower the rent if the down payment or the option deposit goes up. Sometimes you can go from getting 3% to 6% or 10% just by lowering the rent. Super powerful. So you get more money in, and that option deposit money up front, you don't have to save in an escrow account. So I'm going to give the tenant buyer 3 years, and I want to try to get 5%. So 5% of 587 times 0.05. Oh, you're saying, can you really get $29,000? Yes. And that tenant buyer gets that money credited back to them when they buy the house. Cool. Now, what's my profit calculation? This is really easy. My purchase price with the tenant buyer, let's look at this. And let's put these in dark green. Purchase price for the tenant buyer is $587,051. The purchase price with the seller is $477. And hopefully I'm not making any really stupid mistakes here. It's so hard to talk and teach while I'm doing this. So hopefully I'm not making a really dumb error. If I am, you guys forgive me. Okay. Like that number 477, is that really what we're doing? Yeah, so I don't remember if it was 85 or 95%. Anyway, um, you know what? Let's just say, hey, we negotiate with the seller. And we say, all right, we'll give you 500 for it. What's our profit at the end? It's still obnoxious. All right. And the tenant buyer's monthly payment is what? $26.95. And what are we paying the tenant? Or what are we paying the seller? 2021. What is our cash flow? $674 a month times 36 months. Oh my gosh. 24,264. So every month we're cash flowing $674. What's our total profit? $111,315. Now, some of you are saying, hey, you know what? Dang, I'd be happy with half of that. So I'll give the seller full price. I'll give the seller, instead of $2,100, $20,000 a month in rent, I'll give the seller, $2,400. I'm okay with just $200 a month in cash flow. Listen, you don't want to do that. In these higher price point homes, you also have more risk. If you have a vacancy, guess what? You've got to come up with $2,000 a month on a vacancy. It's a more expensive home. The repairs might be more expensive. The price may not go up every year. It may go down. Okay. You've got to give yourself margin for error. Who is happy with that kind of a profit? Okay. Barry is asking a question. Is the rent still $26.95 with $29,000? So you know what, with the tenant buyer, maybe I would, if they give me 5% down, I might say the rent would be, let's do $2,500. I'm still cash flowing then. So I'm still cash flowing, $400 and something dollars. Okay. And this might go down to 18. I don't know. I'm still right. See what I'm saying? So yeah, if the tenant buyer puts more money down, I'll lower the rent. And here's the cool thing about lowering the rent. You're going to get a ton more applications when you do this. And here's the other crazy thing. If you've got this deal under contract in California, house prices are appreciating so crazy. What if you just rented it out and you didn't sell it to a tenant buyer? You just rented it, kept it for 5 years. And then in year 5, it's worth $700,000. How much do you owe the seller? $477. What kind of margin is that, right? So 570. No. Let's do 709, 260 minus 477. Oh my gosh, you've got $232,000 in a gross equity there. So you might not even do a lease option on it. Just rent it out to a regular tenant. Maybe turn it into an Airbnb. And then in 5 years, you could decide, you know what, I'm going to actually go ahead and buy this. So you could list it on the MLS, maybe list it for $695. If it's worth $709,000, list it for $695, sell it in a couple weeks, pay the realtor commissions, and you still walk away with a couple $100,000. This is a beautiful thing about lease options. Now, here's the reality as well. You got to remember this. This is California. This is a hot market right now. It goes through wild swings up and down, right? Can these deals actually be found in California? Yes, they can. Don't let anybody ever tell you that they won't. Is it harder in California than it would be maybe in Oklahoma City? Yes. I've said this a lot, and this is unique to California, but if I was in California, I would not be doing regular wholesaling. I would only be doing lease options, but I would be targeting other markets outside of California. Okay. If we go to maps.google.com, right? California, it's a big state, but look, you've got Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, Idaho, Washington. I would go after the more affordable areas here. Because here's the thing, if you go into Zillow and let's say, all right, let's look just at California. I want to look at how many homes are actually for sale by owner. Price between, let's say price between 200 and a million. 3+ bedrooms, houses only. In the entire state of California, there are only 511 FSBOs. Okay. If you were to go to Missouri, for example, there'd be 503 in Missouri. Missouri is like 10% of the population or something ridiculous like that, right? If you go to Texas, there's 1,200 for sale by owners. Now let's go back to California. And let's say you're marketing in Riverside County, California. Okay. There's only 57 FSBOs there. But then you target rentals. We'll just do all rentals, not worried about, well, let's do max price under $4,000. 3+ bedroom house. There's only 260. So then you could say, all right, well, we'll go after the entire state of California. Now you've got 4,900, which is awesome. But a lot of these sellers, they're just not going to be open to, it's harder to find a motivated seller in California. It can be done. It can be done, but it's a little harder. I would like to see you go out to maybe Oklahoma. You can do these deals virtually from anywhere in the world, right? These sellers are going to be a lot more open to the idea of a lease option. They're going to be a lot more open because they're not seeing 15, 20% appreciation year over year. There's not as much of a demand. They're not as optimistic as a seller in California might be. All right. So these two worksheets that you have here, you can only get them if you're a VIP student, right? Because they're in the mind map. But these are things you can just screenshot this and do one of your own. Don't forget to add the option deposit here because that needs to be added in, the option deposit money. But this helps you just figure out, okay, well, this is what potential profit I can make on the deal. This is how to come up with an offer. You take the ARV minus repairs to get the as-is value. You figure the market rents, and your option price to the seller is going to be 85% of the as-is value. Your rent to the seller is going to be 75% of the rent. Your term is going to be 3 to 5 years. Your option deposit, 1 month's rent. Simple way to make an offer there, right? If they say no to that, you can do a lease option assignment or a wholesaling lease option at whatever price they want. And you're just going to assign this and make a $10,000 assignment fee. This is what allows you then to calculate the potential profit in the deal. It's mind-boggling. And you could bring me this deal. I'll pay you $5,000 for this all day long, right? But you might decide, hey, you know what? I want to do this. I want to keep it for myself. That's totally cool as well. All right. So got a lot of questions. I just want to remind you guys again, if you remember, let me share my mind map again with you real quick here. If you want to work with me, this is going to fill up. I'm going to give you 5,000 seller leads. You're going to get private one-on-one Voxer access with me. I'm going to pay you 5,000 for your lease option deals. You get my deal analysis and offer software. You get help with FreedomSoft, all the tech and automation. We get 2 support calls a day for that. So you and your team can be on there. Ask any questions you want. You get my 2 flagship courses, Sandwich Lease Option and Creative Financing Lab that I did with Matt. Private Fast Start class, which starts next week. We're going to do a 2-day live workshop in St. Louis sometime in September, October. And it will be recorded if you can't make it. We're going to actually be talking to sellers live, making offers. We have weekly group coaching calls, private Facebook group. You can get all of that if you apply right now at joemccall.com/fast. I'm going to personally text you back. And ask you some questions. Now we're going to jump off here. We're going to go on to a Q&A call with the VIP guys. And then we are, I'm going to start texting you guys back if you're interested. Okay. All right. I appreciate you all very, very much. Again, go to joemccall.com/fast, joemccall.com/fast, And I will see you guys soon. We're going to be back tomorrow morning. I will not have the tech problems because tomorrow's going to be super easy. So we will start on time. I promise. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking tomorrow about how to sell these deals lightning fast to a hungry pool of buyers with money. So I showed you, the potential profit. Now you got to find a tenant buyer. So I'm going to show you the best ways to find tenant buyers. If you haven't found a good tenant buyer in 3 to 4 weeks, then something's wrong. Either you're not marketing it like I teach you to, or it's just overpriced and you need to go back to the seller and renegotiate a lower price. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about how to sell these deals lightning fast. Cool. All right. Appreciate you guys. Listen, please comment below in the Facebook group. Let us know what's going on. What was some of your big takeaways from this? Are you excited about this coaching thing that I'm doing? I hope you are. But comment down below. Give us any, if you have any questions or challenges, your big takeaways, your big goals, type them in the Facebook group. Comment down below. I'd really, really appreciate it. I want to just keep this group active and exciting and fun to go to and see. All right. So I appreciate you all. We'll see you. Bye-bye.